Losers turn their pain into excuses. Winners turn their pain into progression. And this is really just a battle of like perspectives, because for a loser, they'll take whatever happened, whatever their trauma is, which is pretty traumatic. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that their pain is not painful. Their pain is painful, but they turn that and they use that as excuses. My father drank. My father beat me. So like, how many times do you not hear the story? Somebody, did this to me, so now I do it to other people. How many times do you not hear the story? My parents screamed and yelled at me. They beat me, all of that. Now you beat, scream, and yell at your kid. Or your father drank a ton of alcohol. Now you drink a ton of alcohol. Somebody raped this guy. Somebody raped this guy. And now this guy is doing that to other children. How many times do you not hear that story? Again, that's a loser mindset. Nobody is denying the fact that you have pain. You have pain. And your pain is real. But you're a loser because you decide to use that pain and you inflict it on others. And you use that pain and use it as justification or an excuse to justify or excuse whatever the hell you became. All right, you see like a little opening, It's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna just do this. You know what I'm saying? My parents did it. Why can't I abuse the living freak out of my kid and beat the crap out of them? My father did it. My father beat me up so bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just whip my kid with the belt until his freaking skin is falling off. My father threw punches at me. Like, so what's the little belt to the little shit? It's like shit like that. It's a loser mindset. You know what I'm saying? And if we want to transfer into like a financial thing, you growing up poor is not an excuse for you to continue to be poor. Okay? Like, look, maybe you're not gonna become the richest guy, but you could become something, right? Just because you were like, again, your pain, you grew up. Your pain is you growing up in this poor ass household, your parents struggling to pay bills, and use that excuse to justify, your reality, to justify your shitty loser reality. You use that pain, and you tell yourself, well, my parents were poor, so obviously it makes sense that I was poor. It's like, I mean, that is a true reality that people go through, and you were poor, like your pain is real, but you're a loser because you use all of that trauma and you use it for nothing. What the fuck do you use it for? You use it for nothing. Okay? Instead of like learning something from it, gaining, you know what I'm saying? And like with the little education you might with the shitty school you might have gone to, tried your best, got out of that shit, or you could have done something. But now you use that shit and you justified it, and you were like, you know what? My parents were poor. There's really nothing much I could have done about it. That's a loser mindset. And mindset is everything. How many times I hear people, I manifested this shit. It's all about mindset. And then your mindset transferred into your entire life. Again, loser. Loser is a mindset, and loser is a reality. Okay? There's two things, but the mindset is going to get you to that loser reality. Okay? How many times do you not see people, for example, in PE class, you know what I'm saying? I'm younger, so I'm using this example. In PE class, when there'd be people who would not, for the life of them, want to play in the sport. Now, like, I'm not saying all these people are losers, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, would be an example of, like, something a loser would do. You know what I'm saying? So, the PE teacher says, we're playing this sport, blah, 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 blah. And then they just say basketball, we're playing basketball, you're playing basketball. And then there's a little kid, there's this kid that doesn't want to play basketball. All right, he doesn't want to play basketball. Why? Because he feels like he's gonna get embarrassed. Because he feels like, it's gonna be hard. He feels like it's gonna be this, it's gonna be that. That's a loser mindset. Hop in and play basketball. Like, and I'm saying this, I was the kid. I was put into teams. I remember this one when we were playing volleyball. I was put into teams and I had my hands in my pockets, bro. I had my hands in my fucking pockets, man. I could admit it. I was a loser. Middle school me was a fucking loser. That dude was a fucking loser. Because what do you mean you could put into teams? Your team is versing this other team, and you try to act nonchalant with your hands in your pockets. That's a loser ass mindset. All right? Maybe you had no chance of winning. Maybe your chances were 0. Maybe you weren't gonna win. Maybe me and my team weren't going to win that volleyball game. But that loser mindset assured that reality. I'm gonna repeat it. That loser mindset assured that reality, that we are going to lose in that volleyball game. Okay? Why do you see people who you look at them and you think, how do things always go your way? It's because they have a winner's mindset. All right? Because they know if I think like a loser, like I am going to lose this game, like there's nothing I can do to change this game, then it's for certain that I'm not gonna change shit. But if I have a winner's mindset, shit might go well for me. Shit might end the fan. That's why you see people, they're like, you're like, yo, how the fuck does this dude just keep winning? Is he lucky? He lucky as hell. It's like, it's because he has a winner's mindset. Now I'm gonna move back to the winner's mindset, category of this. A winner gets their pain and they transfer it. Okay, they see their pain, their parents struggling, and they see the PE teacher pull out a basketball, and they say, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna play ball. And I'm gonna be good at ball. Ball is gonna be my way out. They use that trauma. They use the trauma of their parents being broke, their parents not being able to fucking buy them something from the dollar store, their parents fucking arguing every fucking night over how to pay the fucking rent, and they look at that and they're like, they get all that trauma, right? They receive all that trauma and they transfer it. They're like, you know what? I never want to be poor. I'm gonna work my ass off. I'm gonna do something, but I'm gonna do something and not be poor. That's the mindset of a winner. And if you truly indulge yourself in that mindset, you're gonna be this type of person, bro, shit just goes your way because you're a fucking winner. Okay? Like, it's like, you have to think, like, you have to manifest this shit. You have to literally tell yourself, I'm a winner. I'm a winner. Shit is going to go my way because I am trying. Okay? A winner, even if there's somebody better than them, because they're so engulfed in that confidence, in that mindset, everybody could sense it off of that person. They're like, you know what? He might just be able to do it. He might actually just be able to do it. He's not better than this guy at this or that. He's not better at hitting the ball in soccer, at shooting the ball in soccer than this guy. But guess what? He has that confidence. When he hits that fucking ball, he believes that he's gonna make it into that net. And sometimes that's all you need. That's all you need. So yeah, it's like, have a winner's mentality. Don't have a loser mentality. Don't be like me in the middle school and put your hands in your pockets. Nowadays, I would, man, even if it was freaking pickleball, I'd compete and I'd try in pickleball. And I'd try and I would try. And I might suck, but I'm gonna be confident and I'm gonna try in that shit. And I'm gonna talk shit. And I'm gonna talk shit. And I'm gonna be like, you're gonna lose. And I'm gonna be like, your ass. And I'm gonna be like, you don't even know this game like I do. And if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna take it on the chin. Boom, I'm gonna take it on the chin. That's another lesson. Sometimes you just gotta take shit on the chin. My dad always told me, échale ganas. You know what I'm saying? But then he also told me, learn to laugh at yourself. Because for example, we used to play basketball. Just like, once a week on Saturday nights. You know what I'm saying? We go to this little park, you know what I'm saying? There was a basketball court right there, and we'd play basketball. And my dad and my mom, you know what I'm saying, were not good at basketball. Especially my dad. My dad was not good at basketball. He never played basketball. Growing up, we're Guatemalan. We're Hispanic. We don't play ball. We don't play basketball. Okay? We don't play basketball. So my dad doesn't know basketball, but he likes the sport because he thinks it's cool. Handling with the ball is cool, right? And he plays soccer. He played soccer. He managed soccer, all that shit. So maybe he just got bored of it. Whatever. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. But we went to go play basketball, and this man, even though he was not good at the sport, he'd hustle, and he'd fucking play ball, and he'd dribble that shit, and he'd shoot that shit. And And would he miss? Yes. All right. And well, sometimes would he try to like, play and shit and like drove past my older brother and shit. My older brother who's a little bit better, drove past my older brother. My older brother also don't play basketball either, you know what I'm saying? Because we're Guatemalan, we're not that good at basketball, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And anyways, if somebody was good at basketball, they're probably too short. And even if they weren't too short, they probably like soccer more. so, anyways, but he tried. You know what I'm saying? And he tried, and then he'd see me sometimes. I'm just more conservative, just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to try too much. But then he's like, learn to laugh at yourself. He told me, learn to laugh at yourself. And that's a lesson that right now, not now, that I'm like 7. Not, I'm not 7. I'm not. I'm 18. I'm 18. Trust. But now thinking about it, I'm like, that's a good lesson. I'm gonna keep that in mind, man. I'm gonna keep that in mind. You got, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be confident. You gotta think like a winner. But then when shit don't go your way, learn to laugh at yourself, man. Everybody could be laughing with you, bro. Everybody could be laughing with you at yourself. But you have the winner's mindset. At least you tried. You tried and you tried your hardest and you genuinely believe you were gonna win. And you tried your hardest. But then if you fall down, it's cool. I can laugh at myself. It's chill. Yeah, but hope you have a good one. See y'all later.